Hi everyone, happy Sunday. I'm here with Tula and today I'm going to change her and also participate in a tag that's going around, which is, can reborn dolls substitute real babies? So I'm going to start off with a little bit of background, I guess. I always pretty much knew it wasn't going to happen for me. Ever since I was probably 13, I found out that I had a condition called PCOS, and my OBGYN told me the struggles that would go along. And I always kind of had that mindset, I guess more in my teen years, that it just wasn't gonna happen for me. It wasn't something that was ever gonna be a thing, and that was fine. I was just never gonna be blessed with having my own child. But as I kind of got older and I got married, I thought, well, maybe, maybe this is something that we can work towards, and have an end goal in mind, IVF, all that kind of good stuff. But that just isn't in the cards for us. I'm currently not able to ever have children of my own. And I don't think, and I've never had the feeling that the dolls can substitute for what I'm feeling inside emotionally. It doesn't even come close. The void, you guys, is immense. Maybe a tiny bit every here and there. The reborns can help me, but like I said, the void of not having your own child with your spouse who you love so dearly, the doll cannot even make a dent in that. And that's just me personally. It might be different for other people. It does give me comfort to look at them and to hold them, but not as a replacement, or not as me pretending it's a real baby. It's not a real baby to me. I understand that. I like dressing them. There are aspects of having a real baby that appeals to me, and there are aspects that don't appeal to me. So I've kind of always had the attitude of thinking of the negatives and being like, it's okay because I don't have to deal with A, B, and C with having my own child. And that's just kind of how I've coped with things. But I still, deep down in my heart, wish that it would just happen. And it can't happen, you guys. It's permanent. It is never going to happen for me. And, people say adoption, all this stuff, fostering, it's just not in the cards for my life. And that's just something that I'm going to have to work towards accepting. It's difficult because I'm never going to be A, B, and C. I'm never going to be a mom. I am never going to be a grandmother. I am gonna grow up and become older and not have anybody to look after me when I am older. My mom is never going to be a grandmother. My grandmother is never going to be a great-grandmother. Every time I see my grandmother, she means well, bless her heart, but she doesn't know, and neither does my mom. They know of maybe some struggles, but they don't know everything that they probably should know. They don't know. So I do get a lot of, when am I going to be a grandmother? When am I going to be a great-grandmother? You're getting up there. When are we going to get a baby in the family? And I just don't have it in me to say, listen, it's not going to happen. because of these reasons, I usually say, you know, I don't want children. That's usually my answer and has been my answer. Well, we don't want children. That's really not the truth. I think that if things were different, I think we probably would have had children or a child. But I also kind of believe that, you know, things happen for a reason. I know that I wouldn't be able to do the line of work that I'm doing if I had a child. And I believe what I do, you know, helps a lot of people. So, you know, there's that. I try to think about, you know, I wouldn't be able to be there for my goddaughter if I had a family. I wouldn't be able to be, you know, work as much as I work. And those are some things that I really cherish. But just, you know, biologically, I have that need to have a child of my own. And I don't think that's ever going to go away. I think probably until the day that I die, I will be having those what if thoughts. What if things were different? What if I did this differently? What if I put more effort into this? What if I, you know, sought out help for this, you know? And I guess you could call those, I don't want to call them regrets, but I don't have any regrets, you know. Things happen for a reason. It's just unfortunate. But, you know, I'm never going to be able to dress my own child, shop for my child. I'm never going to be able to feed my child. And, you know, reborns, you can kind of act those things out, and it does give comfort. But this doll here is never going to look at me. She's never going to tell me I love you. She's never going to call me mom. She's never going to be warm. And she's never going to feel like she's living. She's never going to cry out in need for needing comfort. There's a lot of things that these dolls cannot do. And I'm not sure if what I'm going through or the things that I'm feeling within maybe the last 4 months now is baby fever. Because I don't know, I think that baby fever might only be for people who have experienced having a baby of their own. I'm not sure that someone could have baby fever if they don't know what, or have never experienced it before. I'm not sure. But I do know that this is something I'm going to struggle with at every stage of my life. It's not something that I'm going to work through today and it's going to be fixed. No, it's not. It's going to be something that I deal with for the rest of my life. And so whatever, you know, helps in the moment, you know, these dolls really do help. It's nice to cuddle. It's nice to shop for. It's nice to dress them. It's nice to do a little bit of role play, but in no means does it ever come close for me, for them even filling much of that void and that need and that want to have something that you can't ever have. You know, I can cry about it all I want. I can, you know, let it affect my day-to-day life all that I want, but nothing is ever going to change about that. I'm never going to get, and I'm never, you know, it's never going to be. So I am going to choose to not let it affect me in that manner. You know, I have my moments. I have a lot of them. And I'm glad that I do have the dolls here to kind of help with some of that. But they could never substitute, I think, the feeling of having your own child. And I also don't know what that feeling is, but I'm assuming that it's the most amazing feeling in the entire world. So, And I kind of thought for a while, oh, well, maybe it's just because, you know, they're reborns. Maybe if I could get a full body silicone doll, I would feel different. Maybe it would fill more of a void. Maybe, you know, but all of that, blah, 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 blah. I did have a full body silicone, and maybe it wasn't the right full body silicone, but I just felt like I didn't get from that doll anything different than what I get from my Reborn dolls, and the price was 5 times as much. You know, silicone dolls aren't all equal, just like Reborn dolls are not all equal. But yeah, I didn't get that feeling that I thought I was going to have with a silicone doll, like that next level, that closer to the realism. No, it was still a doll. It was still fake. And it didn't make me feel any different. It didn't trick me into thinking that the baby was any more real. So, I guess you could probably say, you know, I just didn't have the right silicone doll, but I'm pretty content with the Reborns. I'm not really using them how I used to use them. I used to cuddle them a lot more when I first started out in the hobby. I was going through some therapy for dealing with, you know, not having a child and grieving through the loss of not being able to ever have children. And you know, the dolls did help me, and in that manner they helped me, you know, kind of grieve. You know, they were there for as I was grieving this immense loss. And I call it a loss, but it really wasn't loss. Me not being able to have children really wasn't a loss. I wasn't really losing anything that I guess I was losing something of value, but it wasn't working. So I didn't lose a child or anything like that. It's just my body just was made to not have children. For whatever reason. Whatever sick joke, Lord. It's a gross one. But I will get through it. So back to the tag. For me, the Reborns do not substitute real children. They kind of might help manage feelings of fever. But that's really about it for me. I like dressing them. I like how cute they are. I like holding them. I don't feed them. You know, I don't role play with them much. Maybe every now and again. But yeah, I guess the most that I get out of the Reborn dolls is they kind of help me, or at least since I've gotten her, I don't know. I guess that they just bring me comfort while I'm dealing with certain emotions. You know, I can't always burden my husband. I can't burden my friends. So yeah, I guess I try to put that burden on the dolls, and I'm trying to feel through my emotions and not put them aside, because that's something that I do. I will shut off that emotion completely. I'll put it to the back of my head, and then bam, whenever it wants to, it just comes to surface again, and it feels like everything's spiraling out of control. So I'm trying to feel through the emotions, and my Reborns help me with that. So I hope I answered the tag. I'm kind of like, now I'm in like my own head. But yeah, so that's just my situation, my view on the tag as somebody who never has and never will have children. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this little chat. Discussions really aren't my thing, so I hope I wasn't really all over the place. And I'm going to say so long for now. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye, guys.